Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Weird news here, weird news. Some Russian lawmakers make some stupid statements, and the stupid statements are that there are claims that their army is up against biologically modified Ukrainian super soldiers. So this article comes from Business Insider from July 20th, 2022. So Russian lawmakers baselessly claim their army is up against biologically modified Ukrainian super soldiers. I know how they're modified. And hop, and that the way. Oh yeah, Russian lawmakers this week floated the baseless claim that Ukraine has super soldiers. One lawmaker said the Ukrainians were being given drugs to turn them into monsters. What's new? Armies have that. So Russia has long pushed outlandish claims about Ukrainian biolabs that aren't backed by evidence. Just check those out. Two Russian lawmakers this week, and I don't think those biolabs were used to do this, but they found biolabs. They did find biolabs. What's in those? Go and check it out. They provided with information. Do you believe that? That's a different story. Because they can say, well, we found this, we found this, we found this. Checked by whom? By them. So two Russian lawmakers this week pushed the absurd conspiracy theory that Ukrainians were being turned into cruel and deadly monsters in the country's biolabs. These guys here at Business Insider, whomever gave them this idea to write an article, they seem too defensive. I'm not saying anything, but it's too defensive, you know. The two politicians, Konstantin Kosachev, the Deputy Speaker of Russian Federation Council, and Irina Yarovaya, Deputy Chair of the State Duma, are currently spearheading an investigation into the alleged laboratories in Ukraine, per Russian news outlet Kommersant. This claim appeared to have been taken one step further by the Russian politicians this week, who said they had tested the blood of captured Ukrainian soldiers and found that they claimed was evidence of experiments for military purposes. All right, give us more information and invite some outsiders too. That would increase your credibility. There is no evidence of Ukraine deploying genetically modified super soldiers. Why do you even say that? Because they are? Because this kind of people exist? Kosachev, for one, claimed without substantiation that there was extremely dangerous diseases and substances found in the soldiers' blood, per the outlet. Kommersant also reported on Yarovaya's comments to reporters, in which she claimed without evidence that performance-enhancing drugs were being given to Ukrainian soldiers to completely neutralize the last traces of human consciousness and turn them into cruel and deadly monsters. My dear, you just probably came face to face with human nature and you can't believe it because you're naive. No, there's no drugs. That's what we are when we are in certain circumstances. We start lacking any conscious, and yes, we turn into cruel and deadly monsters. And if you really want to see those, go for example and watch some trials and evidence provided in some domestic violence cases or sex abuse cases, and then you will lower your hopes for the human race. Yeah, I think you're naive. Anything that you see, you just see human nature at work in a certain circumstance. Russia has long pushed the outlandish conspiracy theory that Ukrainians have been carrying out nefarious experiments in the country's labs. I don't know. Let's find. In March, just 2 weeks after the Russian invasion began, state-linked media organization baselessly. It's not baselessly because they found something and then they made connections with the Americans. So what's baselessly? There's something. It's not baselessly. Baseless. It's like there's no basis, nothing. There is something. I mean, there is something. At least a building, at least a laboratory. There is something, so let's go further and investigate. And not the Russians. Bring outsiders. Invite even Americans to come over. If you really think that that's what it is over there. If not, then conduct your own investigation and then nobody will believe you. Because you're going to have people like this. They're going to just say what they want to say. Do it. Find out. Baselessly claim that the US is operating biological weapons laboratories in Ukraine, but that conspiracy theory was debunked. When and how? I would like to know more about this. And there were some I can't remember who I watched regarding this issue. I was like 2 or 3 separate individuals talking about it, and they were talking. I think it was Jimmy. I can't remember what's his name. Not Kimmel. Jimmy something. I can't remember. Maybe I don't know. I can't remember who I watched, but there were like 3 individuals talking about the same thing with the funding going to that and the laboratories and this and that, and I don't know who debunked them and what evidence, baselessly claiming that there's no evidence. There is evidence, but I don't know if that evidence, proves these accusations. Drugs, yeah, drugs they use, more or less. Because imagine, I mean, just think of this. You have a 19, 20, 21-year-old, human being over there and is shot at, and before that he was playing video games in his basement and so on. Who knows, But it's not necessary it was the most bravest people that went over there to fight. But what do I know, It's just and about the superheroes with genetically modified. I do not discard the fact that they're giving amphetamines and other drugs like this. The Germans had it. The Western countries had them, but no, just evil Germans. They fought Second World War on amphetamines. What about the others? Yeah, okay. Nevertheless, look at the First World War if you want. That's more evidence over there than I think in the Second World War, both of them. So nevertheless, yes, there's drugs. Yes, there are medication. I don't think modified and whatever. And I would keep my mouth shut about that if I were them, because that scares my guys. So my guys would say, what the hell are we facing? These crazy guys that will not die? So, you destroy their morale. So zip it and say something else. Don't say that they are like fighting like crazy and they're so cruel, and because they're going to be afraid. What are you going to do? I'm going home. Or maybe, I don't know, shoot whomever. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth. We're looking together, and be just.